If somebody knew about a predatory paedophile and didn't report them to the police, what do you think should happen to them? The Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, knew about a sadistic child abuser linked to the Church of England who had committed unspeakable crimes against boys and young men. A report says Welby knew about allegations in 2013. The report says this could and should have been reported to police. The report says the man involved may have even faced justice. The report also says that the Church of England's lack of response, quote, amounted to a cover-up. Welby has to go. He has to resign in disgrace. I mean, the monster, John Smythe, abused around 130 boys and young men over decades. He used a Christian youth camp to do it. Now, a report in The Guardian says that Welby was actually at one of these camps with John Smythe, but there is no indication that Welby partook in or personally saw any abuse taking place. But Welby has now admitted that he was warned that there were issues with Smythe in 1981. Some of Smythe's victims have tried to kill themselves. One of those survivors today says that Welby put his own reputation above helping survivors and that he should resign. The Bishop of Newcastle today says that Welby should resign. Local reverends like Fergus Butler-Ghali in Charlbury are calling for him to go. He says, "We will continue to pray for you, but I, for one, will be praying that you will resign. The damage you have done to this church will take a very long time to repair." Now, the Prime Minister isn't backing him, saying that Welby's sacking is a matter for the church. Welby himself says he's considered resigning but decided against it. Well, I want to look you in the eyes now, Welby, if possible, and just say one thing very clearly to you. For the love of God, go. I mean, I've got a theory about Welby. He's gone full woke, hasn't he? He's committed to spending 100 million quid's worth of the church's money on slavery reparations. He said it was necessary because the church had done actions that denied the reality of God's universal power and love. What about the actions of that predatory paedophile that you reportedly knew about in 2013? And the church is set to announce that God is not a white man in a push for racial justice. Well, that's one kind of justice that Welby can get behind, is it? He's presided over failed asylum seekers converting to Christianity in a bid to stay in the country. People like the man who blew himself up outside Liverpool Women's Hospital, Emad El-Swalmeen. He took a 5-week course to convert from Islam to Christianity in 2017. Welby was anti-Rwanda. In fact, he brought up Hitler when talking about it. It's not the only time he's invoked Hitler. He had to apologise after comparing the threat of climate change to that posed by the Nazis. My theory is that Welby went full woke to curry favour with the lovey liberal elite because he knew this devastating dossier about him, not reporting serious child abuse to the police, was going to land at some point, and he wanted to get as many brownie points in the bank as possible. Just to come back to how I started here, can you imagine being made aware of serious child sexual abuse allegations and not reporting that to the police? If that was you, what would you have done? Justin Welby has let the church down, he's let victims down, he's let the country down, and if he had any shame, he'd go. The man has to go.